The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting groups. If you'd like to produce a show, call us at 260-421-1250.
Well, this is the beginning of a wonderful, beautiful Christmas special for Patty's Page. Today, I have several guests, quite a number of them, either live or on Skype or on the phone. We're going to have a good, wonderful time here together. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in a moment with our first guest. Hello, Michael J. Calhoun. How are you? This is Patty Hunter. How are you, dear?
I'm blessed like you are, Betty.
Happy.
I say, Betty, you're Patty.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, Patty.
You're on the Dazz Band, right?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been with them?
Original founding member of the Grammy Award-winning Dazz Band, Motown Records, 20th Century Fox, MCA. We are on quite a few labels.
All right. I'm trying to get you here to Fort Wayne, so we're doing our best to do that. What do you normally do for Christmas?
Well, I'm going to Florida this Christmas, but usually I just spend it with my family.
Are you going to be performing on Christmas Day or something? Or
I'm going to hang out with a friend of mine's parents.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So, how's the group? How are they going to be doing their Christmas celebrations?
Just, with the family and play music, eat good food, and just enjoy ourselves and reminisce over the birth of Christ.
Yes. So that, to you, the meaning of Christmas is Christ himself.
The reason for the season.
Yes.
And the birth of Jesus Christ. I'm a Christian. Yes, I am. I'm proudly a Christian.
I'm Christian as well.
Oh, that's great.
I'm glad we're friends.
I am too.
So, what's it like where you're at? Is it raining or snowing or?
Snowing right now.
Is it? Oh my goodness! It's gonna be.
It's snowing.
Someone at the door. Oh, and there goes the cat. Every time the bell rings, the cat runs. Hold on, we're just letting someone in.
It is Ken.
Oh, our friend Ken Noland is here.
Ken, right in the middle of a short interview here. So.
Buddy,
Huh?
Ken Noland. Ken Noland, man, that's my guy. He made a guitar for me, a cigar box guitar.
Oh, here he is. Ken.
Can I park across the way?
You can park any old place.
Okay, I'll put it across
Ken.
the way.
Oh,
Yes.
leave it here.
It's a friend of yours here.
Oh.
Michael J.
Hey, bro!
Come on over.
Hey, bro, how you doing?
I'm doing good, my man.
That's good. Oh, great to see you, man.
Oh, man, so good to see you.
Good to see you too, my friend. This is
Oh.
awesome. Wow. I
Yeah,
can almost touch you. I can touch you.
yeah.
It's good
Pretty
to
soon
see you.
we'll have it where we can touch each other.
Oh, yeah, I think we need that. Touch-a-vision.
Virtual touching.
Yes.
So how are you? So how are you, Ken?
I'm doing well.
Yeah? Yeah,
I
so...
love your videos are awesome, kid. I've been watching your videos all week.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I'm trying.
It's so relaxing and just you can meditate and just think off of them. They're just beautiful, man.
Oh, thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're
Hey,
very
Michael. Michael, do you have a Christmas CD at all, out at all, or
Yes, I have one. It's called The One.
the one?
Yeah, The One, talking about the Lord.
So how old is it? Is it just recent or?
It never gets old.
I like this guy.
How you never heard Jingle Bell? How old is Jingle Bells?
Oh, many moons. Many
Oh,
moons
I don't know. That was my
before.
got my nickname they plugged me with and way back in school, in grade school. Jingles.
Jingle Bell?
Jingles.
Jingle. Okay. No, it's about 5 years old. It's on Tate Music Group label. I'll send you the link.
Okay, doll. Thank you so much.
You're
So-
welcome.
So are you busy today?
Yeah, I've been every day. I have sessions to go to, meetings, conference calls. I have a jam session later on tonight at a club called House of Swing. Every Thursday they have a jam session with all the best musicians from around town.
Oh, yeah.
But before that, I'm just doing some recording.
So you're doing Christmas specials this month?
I have a few shows. Yeah, I have one this Saturday as a Christmas celebration. I'll send you the link to that too, just so you can have it.
Oh, thank you, doll. Thank you
You're
so much. Well, continue talking with Kenny. So,
What a pleasant surprise, man.
Oh, that was.
Grandma's in the kitchen making pumpkin pie. Granddad looks at her with the spark still in his eye. We gather around the Christmas tree,
And today, our next guest on my special Christmas show is Steve Basche. Hello, Steve.
Hi, Patty. How are you?
Welcome. So this is our Christmas celebration we're celebrating today.
Awesome.
And how do you celebrate your Christmas with your own family?
My own family, we meet, once a year like most families do. I always like to get together with my family because I feel it's not, necessarily for gifts. I think just to be around, family that you love and spending time with one another and talking and socializing, it's hard to do throughout the year because everyone's so busy. So I just cherish those times that I have with my family.
You do your own cooking?
No.
How's your mom?
I cook once in a while. I eat a pretty clean diet, so it's real simple food. But as far as Christmas food, no. She's doing great. She's amazing. Yeah. I love her dearly. She's a great woman, and she's a real good cook.
Yeah, I bet
Yeah.
she does. You go to her place or something like that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
She has all the fixings and everything like that.
Yes, ma'am. That's the only time I really splurge. I get to splurge and dig in. So when she makes banana pudding or, pecan pie, I can't resist. I have to relax and indulge. Moderation, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well. Anyways, I was wondering, you are in the martial arts.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you spread joy to everyone with the martial arts?
The beautiful thing about martial arts, not only do I project that, but a lot of my students do. When you work out and you train and you build your body up at a high energy, like Mr. Dickmeyer has said before, and then you bring it down with meditation, it gives you an amazing balance. You can't help but feel great and project love and light because you feel good about yourself. And I think people see that and they feel that when they come into my school.
So when you think positive instead of negative, you got a better outlook in life.
Yes, ma'am. And to stay away from negative people. Don't judge them, but avoid them. Because that can zap your energy too.
Oh, well,
You always want to surround yourself around good people like yourself, beautiful people like yourself.
More. And you have your own martial arts. What's it called?
Basche's Martial Arts.
Bashe's Martial Arts, and I'm not talking right. But how long have you been doing the martial arts?
I'd say over 30 years now. Yeah, so a long time since I was.
You must have been knee-high to a grasshopper.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I didn't really get into it until a little bit later. I initially started as a young kid, and then we moved a lot, and I got into it a little bit later, but probably around, I'd say 13, 14, and
You have your
I've stayed
own.
with it ever since.
Oh, that's good. Do you have your own tradition for Christmas and Thanksgiving?
My own personal, before I go
yourself.
visit with family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always like to give thanks, Thanksgiving, say a nice long prayer to God and give thanks and visualize everything that I've been blessed with and to give thanks and to be grateful and most importantly be thankful for Jesus Christ,
Jesus
and
is the
God.
reason for the season.
Yes, ma'am. And I feel it's important also not to just, like I said, like I teach my kids, if you don't get the present you want or the gift you want, instead of responding negative and getting upset, just tell mom and dad, thank you anyways, mom and dad, I appreciate everything I have.
Yeah, because
And,
your mom and dad.
What I do have, not what I don't have. So
Oh,
I try
yeah.
to teach my kids that, if you don't get what you want, appreciate what you do have. So
That's true because they gave out of their own, the heart, through the heart, and that's it. Whatever gifts people give me, I'm blessed.
yes, ma'am. Well, you are
Yes.
blessed. You're a great woman. You do a great job.
Ah,
I'd much rather have a great friend like you than, any gift in this world, any material thing.
material stuff.
I think friendships
Friendship is
and loving one another and accepting one another, I think that's what it's all about. Helping one another to grow and evolve and be the best they can be. I think that's what we're on this earth to do. That's what it's all about.
Well, we're all put here together, one human race,
Yes, ma'am.
and without if we war on each other, then we're going to wipe ourselves out. But if we love each other, then we're all we got on this planet. Merry Christmas to everyone out there. May they get to know Jesus himself and why he came.
And everyone out there, please remember, life is short. There's so many negative things going on in this time. And you never know when you might lose a loved one or a friend.
Yes.
Let go of the beef. Forgive people. Just let it go. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Just forgive everyone, accept everyone, love everyone. And that's the only way we're going to make this world a better place. That's what we need. Is love. Like the Beatles said, all you need is
love.
dun
Yeah.
dun 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 dun.
So we'll see you with our next guest, and thank you, Steve, for
Thank you,
coming.
ma'am. God bless you.
God bless.
Love you.
Love you too. Hello, Dr. Alveda King. How are you today? Mary,
Wonderful, Patty, dear. Wonderful. You and Bob, how are you guys doing?
we're doing great. Merry Christmas, by the way.
Same to you, and it's time to say Merry Christmas again. I know you agree with that.
Yes.
In the public square, everywhere, Merry Christmas.
So, to you, what does Christmas mean?
Honestly, Christmas is more than a tradition. It's certainly a tradition, not just in America, but around the world. Now, many of us know that Jesus probably wasn't born on December 25th.
Yeah.
However, that date was selected many years ago as a time that people could join together around the message of God's gift to humanity. The Acts 17:26, one blood, one race that God so loved in John 3:16. And so the fact that Jesus Christ made a sacrifice, an ultimate sacrifice with his life, because Father and his Father's love for us, God is our Father and the Holy Spirit. So acknowledging the love of God at Christmas time is so very important to me, my family, my friends.
Same here. I was raised in Canada, so we have a little bit different than down here, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hear music coming from you.
That's a little Christmas music. It might be too loud. But
Oh,
I
it's
just
fine.
thought it would be appropriate to
It
play
is.
a little Christmas music while we were talking.
It is appropriate. I love that necklace
Yes.
you have on, my sweet.
That's come, they told me, pa-rumper pum pum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love Christmas music.
I do too.
So, what are you going to be doing for Christmas?
Well, this Christmas and every Christmas for several years now, we go to my cousin's house, one of my cousin's homes. Her parents are still living there in their 80s. I think her mom is about to be 90 soon.
Wow.
Of course, my mother's 85. So we gather with the elders. I'm an elder now, too.
Right.
And we gather together with the young and the old. We have a delightful dinner. We pray. So I'll be spending Christmas Day at my cousin's house with some of my family.
I understand.
What are you going to be doing, Patty?
Well,
What are you
we'll be
doing
having, I don't know. We're having a guest over for Christmas, going to church, of course.
Okay.
And we're doing a Christmas special today. That should be shown during the weekend.
Okay. Well, thank you for putting my Christmas special on your Facebook.
Thank
I
you.
hope that your viewers will enjoy it. People have asked me for years, Patty, what was it like growing up in the family of Martin Luther King Jr.? Well, we have a King family legacy, a Williams King family legacy. And so if people visit that, they'll see a little bit about what we used to do and what we still do. But the real message is John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, Jesus the Christ, so that whosoever believes in Jesus will not perish, but will have everlasting life. So Christmas is for the born, the unborn,
Yes.
the young, the old. No matter what things that we deal with in this life, we have the hope and the promise of eternal life.
Oh, we love you, girl.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas and a happy New Year. May it be
To you
blessed,
too.
blessed and full of love and family and friends and a lot of presents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Love you. Merry Christmas.
Bye, doll.
Is that your squirrel look?
We're recording already, so I'm putting that on the show.
Testing the lens.
Me. Anyways, this is Ken Noland, my other special guest today. He and his wife Sandy came all the way from what? Carmel?
No, Cumberland,
Cumberland,
Indiana.
That's
outside of Indianapolis.
a wowzer. So, how are you, sir?
I'm well, ma'am.
I'm glad you're that. How do you spend Christmas? Now, he is a Native American flautist, plays the flute and everything, you know. So tell me about your Christmases.
Well, this one of the things that we always did was we had family oyster dinners Christmas Eve,
Oh,
and everybody's together, and that was a good time because you got to all aunts and uncles and cousins and everybody was there, and you got to hear all the family stories. Which at one time when I was young, I thought I need to record these, and then like a young silly kid, I didn't, and so there's a lot of family stories that gotten forgotten, and
but
connections.
they go down
of
over
people.
the generations. Do you remember one good one as the family got together for Christmas?
I always remember they get together, and then there's they pull off and everybody went and played euchre. The guys that go play euchre, and I remember that. But as far as a little lighter would be, and that, I believe this was at Thanksgiving. My mom had invited me to come out have dinner with them,
Yeah.
and well, I got them a log cake. So that would have been Christmas, because you remember the ice cream
Yeah,
cakes they
you-
used to have at Christmas.
Oh yeah.
And so I got that, and I took out, and so we finished eating. I got a preface so you understand. My mom didn't have a real good sense of humor at times, and she could be one you really get upset. Let's put it that way.
Ornery.
Okay, that's a good word. That'll make her roll over in the grave.
Oh boy.
And so we finished eating, and Mom goes, "Well, you're done. You want? You can get the first piece of pumpkin pie." And I said, "Okay." So she cuts it, passes it down, and she, I get it, and then she says, "You want whipped cream?" I said, "Well, yeah, why not?" So she passes what they used to have in the can,
Wow.
the Ready Whip.
Uh,
And so she passes that down, and I shook it a little, and I went to push the button,
uh-oh.
and it sounded like a .22 rifle went off.
Oh, what did it explode?
And all at once, this big mass that was in front of my plate, I look up, and it went across the table, and I was on one end, my mom was on the other end, my brother and dad were on the sides, and as it's happening, I hear them both go, "Uh-oh," and I look up, and there's pie filling and whipped cream running down my mom's face.
Oh no.
And
it ricocheted up, exploded?
yeah,
Oh my.
Yeah.
and I looked down, and there was nothing but a clean pie shell in front of me.
Oh no.
And so I look back up at my mom, and she puts her hands on the table,
Oh.
and she's raising up, and she had that wonderful red glow that she got when she always get mad. And my brother and dad, they both push back they go, "Uh-oh," again, and they push back. And my dad, to keep from getting yelled at and killed, he's just holding his stomach going,
Laughing.
and my brother, full unrestrained, he was laughing so hard, he cackling, he's about ready to fall out of his chair. And so she leans on the table, and she gives me the steely eye stare. And then she sits back down and goes, never going to have a can of that stuff in this house again.
Oh, phew. Wowzer. So you have brought a flute or two.
Yeah, I'm kind of like the War Paladin, have gun will travel. I have flute will travel.
Why don't you give us a little serenade
Okay.
on your favorite flute?
I left my favorite one at home, but this is next favorite. This is the first flute
It's a
I
bear.
got. Yes, it's a bear.
Is that your spirit?
Mm-hmm.
Mine's the wolf. Can we
Let's
get
see.
along okay?
Oh, we get along, yeah. We wolves.
Predators.
Yeah, predators. Yeah. But this is the first flute that I started with, and it's a curly maple, real nice sound. And let me check my bird.
Let me check your what?
Check my bird. Make sure it's in place. Uh-oh,
Is it loose?
it's loose.
Did it get loose in the coolness?
Yeah, being out in the car, being that coolness loosens the bindings.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to get serenaded here. Wow. What was that called? Does that
Patty's Tomb.
Patty's Tomb. I'll accept. And someone's just coming in.
Howdy. Hey, guys. Sorry, were you recording?
That's all right.
Oh.
Thank you, Tracy. Come
That's
on
my
in.
timing.
Come on, Tracy Seaman.
Well, it is my pleasure to read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, which is becoming a tradition on Patty's Page Christmas show. And thank you, Patty, for having me.
You're welcome.
And Merry Christmas to everybody here and everybody watching. You know, for those who don't know, everybody's heard of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. It was written by Clement Clark Moore, who is a poet and scholar who taught Oriental and Greek literature at the General Theological Seminary in Troy, New York. A little bit of background about the poem. The basis for the modern myth of Santa Claus. He wrote the poem, originally titled A Visit from St. Nicholas, in 1822 to amuse his 9 children, and it was first published in the Troy, New York Sentinel the following year. So it's an old poem, but boy does it have staying power, because it has never lost its popularity. So 'twas the night before Christmas. went all through the house. Not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I and my cat had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team he gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Merry Christmas.
And here are two of my favorite people here, John and Jane Dickmeyer. And they're going to talk about their Christmas and what they're going to be doing this year. What are you going to be doing this year for Christmas?
No, I'm not going to be talking about Christmas this year.
Oh.
Let's focus this a little, because yesterday was December 7th. And that brought to mind a person that Jane and I miss a whole lot this Christmas season. And that person was her father, Fred Opperly. And I need to tell all of you about Fred's approach to Christmas, which I believe is the correct one. Christmas for us in Peoria always started on Christmas Eve. And it started with reading the devotion book and setting Christmas in the right way, and followed up with a lovely Christmas service, the same service that we will go to this year when we visit Jane's mother and family in Peoria, Illinois. But the thing that's most important, and important from Fred's point of view, is you worship the Lord first. It's Jesus' birthday, and you remember what Jesus has done for us in his first coming, and also focus on the fact that he will come again to save us and our situation on this planet from the situation that we are in today. And as Christmas and Christmas Day proceeded, the focus was always on Jesus, and secondarily on the family, and very little on gifts. One of my recollections always was that you had to encourage Grandpa Fred to gather people together to give gifts, and that would happen later in the day on Christmas Day, after we had had our family time, after we had had our time with Jesus. So to all of you, I can't tell you how to celebrate Christmas, but I can say that this is the wonderful way that we celebrate Christmas, even this year.
Now, our next guest here is Tracy Seaman. She is a photographer, and she's done our river drums and other events that we had. She's going to tell us, in her own words, what type of Christmas she has and all that sort.
Well, this is probably the highlight of my Christmas, being with this group of creative people, and listening to Ken Noland's flute playing and Terry's readings. I've watched them before on video, but I haven't seen them do them in person, and that was wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I kind of think I'm just thankful for things, for good health, and I don't think it's about buying gifts or hurrying to parties or Christmas office parties. It's just really about being with people that you love and being grateful that everyone's healthy and well to be together for another year. And my hopes for the future of the country, and these people I'm with is that and things go well. I'm optimistic, and I'm looking forward to celebrating Christmas here in Fort Wayne. Doing a lot of photography. I photographed the Nutcracker rehearsal
Yeah.
with the Fort Wayne Ballet, and that was fabulous. They are an incredibly
Awesome.
talented group of people, and very devoted to their craft. And you watch them rehearse, and you watch them get together, and the amount of energy that goes out. And then when you watch the curtain come up, Patty Hunter was
invited
with
me.
me as well. She was in the front row. She was able to see the Philharmonic Orchestra perform from that row, and also the performance of the Fort Wayne Ballet.
Oh, yes, it was just
You
excellent.
know, the colors were amazing. The theater backdrops are, I think they were probably created originally when the first one was done.
Many moons ago.
Yeah, and they have a real vintage feel to them, and the costumes were amazing to photograph. My still pictures and videos came out beautifully. I'm going to donate those back to the Fort Wayne Ballet. Ray Stiep and I covered both the rehearsals as well as the special viewing of it, and we were both just thrilled and honored to be able to do that.
That was a good Christmas
Watch
gift.
it. It really
Christmas
was.
gift.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you
I think
so
that
much.
was what made me feel the
Warm.
most of Christmas.
Made
you
me
know.
feel warm, and I was just in awe of the beauty of all the ballet. And
It's like that when you watch them perform, and then when
Yes.
you watch it all come together on the stage, and the lighting, and the Philharmonic Orchestra. I watched them come in with a lot of their vintage instruments. That was fascinating enough in its own right, and then to hear them perform with the ballet. We have a real gift here
yes, we do.
in the city of Fort Wayne with the Fort Wayne Ballet and the directors. This is I believe it's their 60th year. I think for
Wow.
the Fort Wayne Ballet.
You gonna be with
and
family?
things.
Be with
This is one of my families.
Oh, we're your
here
family.
that I'm with today. So
You're our
yeah,
family.
I'll be with the in-laws and friends, and you know, it's just a great city, and
Thank you, Tracy, for the wonderful work that you have done for Three Rivers Art Center for Kids track. And Merry Christmas.
thank you. Merry Christmas to you.
God be with
Yeah.
us.
Oh yes, it was my pleasure I'm glad you got to come to the ballet with me. Really enjoyed that.
That was a Christmas gift right there.
Yeah, I thought that would be something you would like.
So, we'll see you with our next guest in a moment. So, catch you later. Thank you so much, Kate.
Sure.
Hi, this is Patty again. Merry Christmas. I like saying that all the time, you know. This is the Christmas season, and beside me is Terry Doran. Hello,
Okay.
Terry. He's my co-host of many of my shows. He's done a dang good job being such. And we're just going to talk about Christmas and what you're going to be doing this year, besides coming over to our place.
Well,
Well,
I will be doing that, and one thing that's on my mind, having just done a show at Pryman Square about an event that I think is the most significant, one of the most significant events of my lifetime, was Standing Rock.
oh yeah, Standing Rock.
And the Native Americans there, the Sioux Indians reservation, stopping a pipeline through love, determination, will, showing us that the message that we've heard today from everybody is the power of spirit. That is what Christmas to me is about. Our Christmas at our family was marked with tragedy. My mother took her life 3 days after Christmas in
Wow.
1962. So Christmas, I mention that because Christmas is also a lonely time for a lot of people that don't have the good fortune of being with lovely people as we all today are. She was a tormented soul. I'm not going to dwell on that, but I only mention it so that all you people who are feeling lonely on Christmas know that there's people who care about you. We all do.
We're family here, really.
And you're always welcome at any programs Track does. And getting back to Standing Rock, the government, Barack Obama, in his last days, stopped the pipeline. That was December 5th, 4th, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody here has been involved. I know you did a show. Ken came from Indianapolis to be on it. At Prime and Square, Rowan Green, who had made 2 trips there, spoke.
Yeah.
We have other commentary from people who went, like my brother who was there over Christmas, and the police were pouring water through water cannons on innocent people. The best and the worst of the United States right there. And what it has to do with Christmas, as I said, is the spirit. The protesters, they called themselves protectors, got not a penny for being out there. They weren't doing it for money. They were doing it for their own preservation of oil, fracking, dirty liquid oil going through the Missouri River, affecting 18 million people, not just the people at Standing Rock. So to all the people who made that possible, Standing Rock, North Dakota, everybody on social media, everybody in Fort Wayne, not only the show that I did, but there were several other rallies, the local media that gave coverage to it. We got covered by BBC, who included our forum in their sending out, what do you call it on Facebook, when you share it, they shared it. For example, Dublin, Ireland was in there. But but the main message is the love those people showed. And we're near Christmas. It happened near Christmas. I applaud them all.
Thank you, Terry. Very kind. And thank you for sharing. So he's coming over to have dinner with us on Christmas Day, eh? Mm-hmm. He's family to us. All you guys are family to us as well. My own family are up in Canada, and so is my husband Bob's. And it's good to be with family, even though they are, quote, well, they're spiritual family, not just physical. And I think that's great. So Merry Christmas, Terry. And
thank you, Patty. Thank you, everybody that's here. You're all wonderful people.
Okay, we'll be right back. Well, we're with 2 other people, Sandy and Ken Noland. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So tell me, what are you going to do for Christmas this year? What kind of a meaning is it to you?
Oh, it's last couple of years got a lot more meaning. My wife, Nancy, she had an episode. She stopped breathing and everything on Christmas Day, and I revived her.
Wow.
And then she passed away just after the New Year. So Christmas has always been rough for me. I never really liked it for 10, 12 years.
Wow.
And then last year, she just was such a Christmas hound. And, I just said to myself, this all happened, but, you got a wonderful lady passed and another wonderful lady came into my life. And I owe it to her to let her enjoy Christmas. And even though, because she knew it was kind of, I did it, but but I wanted her to really know that, her Christmases were special as well.
You're making memories, new memories of Christmas.
And
I think that's
so
great.
we it's changed around this year. My daughter and granddaughter, I think they're coming by early. We was always on the tail end.
Yes.
After they done ate all they could eat all day and
Yeah.
been seen everybody they see, then they'd show up.
They're going to see you first.
They're going to come by early this year. So it's
you're
going to be
They
different.
are?
Yeah.
Guess what?
Oh, surprise! Surprise!
Yes,
Merry
surprise.
Christmas.
But that's okay because I was blessed because the woman he was married to before me, Nancy, it's her daughter and granddaughter. And now I got a daughter and granddaughter because I don't have no girls.
Yeah.
Okay, I had one boy and then he had two boys.
Oh.
But anyway, yeah, and we always have so much fun with them because we play euchre. And him and Christy, that's the granddaughter, are on one team. Me and Nora's on the other team. And they beat the crap out of us. Every
Oh,
time.
no.
Now, we don't win a whole section of games, but we can win one now and then. Now, boy, we really let it go when we win. But Christmas is, to me, is like Terry, and he said, it's a thing where you be grateful and you thank the Lord for all you got and what you got. And take pleasure in what you have. Not what you want, but what you have.
That's right.
Because what you want might not be good for you. You know? Because I was divorced 25 years before I met this wonderful little feller. And I wouldn't trade him for nothing in the world.
True. Oh.
It depends on what day.
Oh, boy.
It don't depend on what day, Mr. Nolan. And I'm his roadie. You know, the one that picks up the stuff and carries it and all this stuff when I'm with him. And all. And I don't get paid for it, y'all.
You tour? Do you tour with your flute?
Yeah, I done 3 programs right before I had my knee operated on.
Mm.
Yeah, he goes to school, and he goes to school. We went to school 87. And that was so much fun. The kids were from 1 to...
First grade to 5th grade.
Yeah, and they had the cutest questions they asked him afterwards, you know, and all.
Out of the mouth of babes.
Oh yeah, and it was fun. And I Christmas usually we get up, we have Christmas, and Christmas Eve we try to go to the cousin's house for the oyster dinner. That's one of his family things. Traditions, and last Christmas we went to my one grandson's. Our Christmas morning we went to my one grandson's and his girlfriend and watched the great grandson open presents and stuff. That was such a blessing because there was kids around. And being 70 and 74, we don't have a lot of kids around when it comes to Christmas. A lot, you know.
Guess what?
What?
You did then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and all. And then Nora and Christy come over, and Nora and Christy and Derek now, because Derek's Christy's boyfriend, and they'll come over and we'll play cards or we'll play, what's that other one they play? That you put right down and... Uno, but the other one too.
Canascus?
Huh?
Not Canascus.
No, it starts with a K.
Oh.
That, you know, where you write down on the paper and
Yahtzee.
you play Yahtzee.
Yeah, that's
Why? Yeah.
That's
well,
okay?
Yeah, well, you know, I'm married to the Cherokee descent man, and I'm hillbilly, so there, you know, so don't worry about
They
that.
get along
thing.
just fine. Just meddling.
Yeah, but that's basically what we do and all. And sometimes the grandchildren will come over Christmas Day too.
Well, you know, that's great. I'm so glad you came to our home. This is our home. We've had this for about 8 years now, going on 9. We've been in the United States for about 21 years, and we had a lot of Christmases here in California, South North Carolina, and here in Fort Wayne. And boy, we met a lot of wonderful people, and we are blessed to have wonderful family, spiritual family of you guys, and thank you.
I noticed you only had one coal state and all that mess.
What?
That was Indiana.
I had a little trouble with that one.
Did it bring that back Canada to you to a point?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I bet it does today too.
Canada is one big place. It's lovely. So I'd like to thank you, Sandy.
I get hugs.
Hugs. Sandy A. Kenny Noland
Hey,
A. So we'll be right back with another guest and catch you later. This is my cat Seymour. He's a real old boy. He's going to be 16 in March. He's he was born in March, of course, but he's going to enjoy Christmas with us, with his brother, Scotty, and little Pookie. Pookie is Scotty's girlfriend.
Sorry.
So,
She's recording and shit.
there you go. Hello.
Hi, Patty. Bobby Hart.
Hi, Bobby Hart. Did we catch you at a bad moment? Did we catch you at a bad moment?
No, I'm good.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Same to you.
So tell me already. You're a famous writer for music and singer and all that sort. What do you normally do for Christmas with your family?
Well, my wife and I are very involved in our church, and so we volunteer during the season quite a bit. We started around Thanksgiving with Christmas decorations and carries on through. We have so many events, something every weekend.
Oh, yeah? So, when you sit down for dinner, what do you normally have? Turkey or ham or both? Or
Yeah, we'll sometimes have a little turkey. We don't eat ham or beef. We just we'll have a little chicken or fish once in a while, but mostly we're vegetarian.
Oh, Terry. This is Terry Doran. You know Terry? Remember Terry?
Yep. Hi, Bobby.
Terry, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good, thank you. Good to talk to you again. Patty's had half a dozen or so people here. A couple came 2 hours away, so we're very happy to have you part of her Christmas show.
Yeah, well, it's always a wonderful time of year for most all of us, and certainly for me it is.
So, where are you going on Christmas? Are you just going home or whatever? Or?
Christmas Eve we have a party, Christmas Eve party at church.
Yeah?
Christmas we'll probably spend, Mary Ann, my wife, and I will probably spend it together here at home.
Oh, wow, that's good. That's good to go to church and all that on Christmas Day, or?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So,
Our theme here today has been Christmas is for family, for people, for sharing. Sounds like that's what you do, Bobby.
That's what we do, and you know, a lot of great memories from when I was a child on up. As long as I can remember, it was a joyous time around our house. I remember my dad used to go around the day before Christmas and deliver packages to friends and his working compadres, and I remember the first time he let me ride along. I don't know, maybe I was 7, 8, and I just remember the feeling, just the feeling of joy I had from that experience, and I remember thinking to myself at that young age, oh, well, this must be what the Christmas spirit feels like. It's been with me ever since, especially around that time.
around Christmas when you were with Tommy Boyce, did you celebrate Christmas with him, or?
Sometimes we did. Sometimes I would have him go with me to my mom and dad's place in Phoenix, and she was a great cook, and he always looked forward to those times. Other times we'd go over to his house, and other times with our friends, we'd be invited somewhere. But most Christmases during those days, we'd be somewhere.
Do you have a Christmas CD or DVD or anything of yours?
What's that?
Do you have anything? Did you sing Christmas songs at all?
Not on tape, no.
Oh, that would have been
Christmas album.
wonderful. You got a good voice, sir.
Thank you.
Excellent voice, and you have your lyrics for the Monkees and all the other people that you have written songs for. They're legend. They're legend.
Thank you.
So
It's the 50th anniversary of the Monkees, you know, so they've been out on tour all summer and into the fall, and the packing houses and so on. So it's the 50th anniversary also for Days of Our Lives, which was a theme song that Tommy and I wrote.
Oh yeah.
So it's been a busy year, and a lot of it has been looking back and thinking about, well, what did 50 years look like, and how did they go by so quickly?
So what's the weather like there? Where are you? I forgot. Los Angeles?
Yes, we live in Los Angeles,
Is it raining there or what?
No, it's a beautiful day, typical California winter. It's crisp for us, which means in the high 60s and low 70s.
It's in the 20s here, my dear.
I bet, yeah.
It's snowing.
Oh. Well, that's great. You have an early white Christmas, huh?
Yeah, I hope there is snow on the ground when we do have the Christmas day. It's been really weird weather here, you know, with El Nino.
Yeah. Well, weather patterns have been strange around the world. I don't know what's going on, but a lot of stuff weather-wise.
Yeah.
Well, I like a white Christmas, but I think that 70-degree day would beat it out. So that's great. When you were touring a lot, when you were performing, did you ever have a Christmas where you were sort of alone and missed your family?
Yeah, we certainly did. I remember Dolan Jones' voice at Hart when Tommy and I went out with Davy Jones and Mickey Dolan, and a very busy Christmas season where we were playing every night in a different city, and being away from my two sons, of course, were still young at that time. So it was the first time I'd really been away from family over Christmas that I could remember, and it was interesting though. We made the best of it. We were in Minneapolis, and we found a church that had midnight mass, and it was right up the street from the hotel where we were staying, and so Mickey said, "You want to go?" And we said, "Sure." So we all went up to midnight mass. Beautiful Christmas music, and so it made it feel more, that universal spirit's pretty much everywhere in this country, so it made it feel more like Christmas.
Thank you. Bobby, you're an angel.
Well, thank you. It's nice to talk to you guys again, and I know you'll be sharing experiences with a lot of others, so you stay in touch.
Yeah, I will, and we'd like to have you back on our show if you'd like to.
Yeah, you let me know when, and I'll be happy to do it.
Oh, we love you, man. Cool.
Thank you. Well, Merry Christmas again.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah, Bobby, nice talking with you again. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
You're welcome, honey.
All right.
Catch you later. Bye-bye. Here we are, finally, almost towards the end of our Christmas special. And I'm sitting here beside me with my husband, Bob Hunter. So, Bob, tell me about your Christmases. Not with me, of course.
Okay, I'll ignore the ones with you.
Okay.
The ones I remember most are the ones when I was growing up as a kid, which was in an isolated community of northern Ontario called Abitibi Canyon, with a population of 100 to 300 people, and no way in except by railroad. So
wow. Really? Yeah.
And our winters were several feet of snow and 30 to 40 to 50 degree below zero winters. Normal. So.
I had to find out what your summers were like.
Summers were in the 70s and lots of mosquitoes and black flies to bug us. So.
Bug, yeah. Mm. Literally.
We had basically one-room schoolhouse for a lot of those years. And where they'd have 3 or 4 or 5 grades in one room.
Oh boy.
And we put on Christmas concerts every year. That we really enjoyed because we got time off from our schoolwork in order to build the sets and rehearse.
Oh, that sounds like fun. That sounds like fun.
But we never had an excuse to miss school for a day other than sickness because we were so close we could walk to school no matter what.
Yeah,
Didn't
just
matter
right
what the weather
across the
was,
road.
In that cold weather, little kids walk to school?
Sure.
Yeah,
Gee.
You have to get yourself all covered up. I guess if you're out too long in the winter, you freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'd have scarves over our mouths or whatever, but it was no big deal to walk to school. We didn't have cars up there for most of the years.
Yeah.
We walked everywhere, or in the summer we bicycled. So.
Wow.
Yeah,
Did a lot
motorbike.
Did a lot of hunting and fishing in those days.
Hunting and fishing. Wow. What'd you hunt?
I hunted partridge. Other people hunted moose.
Mm.
And if you shot a moose, it was too much for one person, so they'd split it up and give it to other families as well. So we were always well supplied in meat for the winter. So.
And the partridges, do they have? I forgot what they look like. They're beautiful, big, long feathers. No.
No,
Wrong
not
one.
really.
I was thinking of something else.
But they taste good.
Oh.
Would
So.
cars start with that cold weather? Would
What
cars
car?
start?
What car?
What car?
I know you said there weren't many, but there had to be
Well, there's-
some. I mean,
Well, they had a truck. They didn't really have cars until later on.
really?
But what's normal in Northern Ontario is to have block heaters in your car.
Oh.
And you just plug it into your
Yeah.
outdoor outlet at night. And when we lived in Calgary, that's what we had to do. Because it got even colder there than it did.
Oh wow,
Down in
yeah.
Toronto, so.
In May, it was snowing in Calgary, Alberta.
Oh,
When
But
we
as
were
long as you
there.
had a block heater, the car would start up, no
Yeah,
problem
you just have to
whatsoever.
plug it into it's like a hybrid, but not really. So tell me, your Christmases with me, be nice.
Mm-mm. Christmases with you, I spent 25 Christmases with you.
25, my God, you
Or
poor thing.
26 now, I guess.
26
Oh, my
going
gosh.
on. That's a long
Yeah.
time.
And they've been both in Toronto and in Calgary and in Rancho Santa Margarita, California, and probably Newport Beach as well, and Charlotte, North Carolina, and the last 8 or so in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So.
Gee, we've been all over the map, and I thought I was just going to be remain in one area then all of a sudden I'm touring. And you work for who?
I worked 22 years with Ontario Hydro at a power plant in Toronto. And then I worked for 13 years with the Christian Research Institute, which does a daily radio show called The Bible Answer Man with Hank Kennedy.
Yeah, you know that one, don't you, Kenny?
Dr. Martin.
Dr. Walton Martin.
Yeah, he founded it, and Hank Kennedy been the president since '89.
Mm-hmm.
And I was one of his researchers, and I also wrote for the Christian Research Journal, and I still write for the Christian Research Journal.
So we have had an interesting adventure in our lives. Our Christmases is always memorable, and we should take a gander at our tree, see where we have been and all that, and what we have collected and stuff. And
Patty, how did you start the radio show, or what was your background when you guys traveled around? What did you do?
mean TV.
You did TV.
I started. There goes Terry. I started being a camera person at Access Fort Wayne TV station here in Fort Wayne. Then they asked me to be a producer 3 or 4 months after I had started being as a camera person, learning the audio and all that. And now, 6.5 years later, I'm still a producer as well as host of my own show, Patty's Page. Anything else you want to talk about, Bob?
No.
Well, you know, this is almost towards the end of our wonderful, warm Christmas special we had with all our friends. To me, they're family, family away from home. So, God bless, and Merry Christmas, and may you have a blessed, holy day. Thank you.
Watch the snowflakes falling down on my window pane. I watch the children playing around, playing winter games. Every snowflake has its own designs, just like you and me. And you wonder how this is, how it could be. You wonder, this is life's mystery. It's like a wizard casts a spell for the world to see. He spread a magic all around and drop down this beauty. Oh, wonder how this is. You wonder how this could be. Oh, snow, snow, life's mystery. Wonder how this is, how it could be. You wonder, this is life's a mystery. Oh, snow.
Godspeed, my love, until we meet again. You're always in my heart and every dream. Don't let this time apart give in to all our fears. God will keep us close from up above. So until we meet again, Godspeed, my love. God is with us always, and for the rest of all our lives, I'll be content